Hey Aquarius, and welcome back to Cappy Cove. This is going to be your general reading for May 2019. This is going to be for those who have Aquarius and their sun, their moon, and their rising. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first two cards that y'all have are the zombie and the vampire, which is a kind of an interesting combination, I think, because, I like watching stuff with zombies and vampires. So it's pretty cool to see that y'all have both of them together. I'm getting kind of like a dark and deep message here. I feel like some of you may be feeling like you're kind of under a psychic attack. I feel like some of you may feel kind of like dazed and confused. And with the zombie, zombies kind of walk around and it's like they have a lot going on inside, but on the outside, they're just kind of like there and moving with the flow of how, with how everyday life is going. So it's kind of like you're half asleep half the time, walking around every day, trying to get done what you need to do. And then with that vampire energy there, with emotional intelligence, I feel like somebody may be draining you or sucking the life out of you, or vice versa. And then you'll have the moon in both of these images. So I feel like a lot of you are dealing with a lot of like intuitive and psychic energies, a lot of escapism, and just trying to basically hang in there and get through the day-to-day life. But I definitely, with that vampire there, I'd be careful of people who are trying to take from you, or if you're trying to take too much of others. And also, it's a need to set clearer boundaries with people. So now we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. I'll put these over here for now. And then we've got the King of Swords. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Hazards reversed, the Eight of Hazards, Queen of Cups reversed, Page of Cups reversed, Knight of Swords. It's a lot of people. And the Devil. Okay, so that's a lot of people. Yeah, I feel like y'all are definitely being drained by other people. I feel like a lot of your energy that's getting drained has to do with other people. I feel like overall for the month of May, this is going to be a month where you come in and learn how to retake charge of your life. I'm kind of getting that there may have been in the past, like you may have had a lot of success at one point, or had like your finances were good. I feel like you worked really hard with a lot of things, and there's like a level of intelligence that you have and like a level of knowledge that you have, and you worked, whatever it was, you worked really hard on it. This also could have been like in school. So some of you may have worked really hard in school, and I'm getting a sense of like having a hard time to get out of that and then put it and apply it to everyday life. So like if some of you just graduated, or you're getting out of school and then you start having a hard time finding a place to work, and it kind of feels defeating because you worked so hard to get where you are now. And it's almost like kind of like a slap in the face, but I feel like some of you are going to be having that energy. I'm also seeing that money is going to be an issue with you throughout May. I feel like you really need to be watching your finances. I don't feel like you're the only sign who's going to be dealing with money issues either for the month of May, but it's definitely here. It's going to be one of your bigger obstacles for the month, is basically saving money and not to be spending it on a lot of random shit. I feel like there's this part inside of you that kind of feels like you don't have enough money. I feel like some of you actually might have been making a lot of money at one point, and then all of a sudden, like if you got like a new job, or switched careers or something, or maybe even positions. I feel like somebody may have gotten demoted too. Is that the right word? Anyways, point is I feel like there's a lack of money here. Like there was not as much coming in, or because you're having to spend it on so much of other stuff. And the message is just really watch your money, because I feel like if you start spending too much of it and you're not paying close attention, it's going to end up stressing you more in the long haul. I'm also seeing that some of you once were like in really good shape and are feeling, I'm getting just this like such a sluggish energy, especially with this like zombie here. Like there's a real sluggish energy, and it's like you can't snap out of it. You got to snap out of it. And this is really going to be the time for this month of May for you, Aquarius, is to really start taking charge of your life again. I feel like there's pain that you're still dealing with from someone in the past, or something could have happened in the past that either had to do with a spouse or a parent, and it's kind of left you like you're still having that pain and it's still affecting you now. And I feel like at some point coming up in May, you're going to end up hitting like a whirlwind of emotions, like, or somebody's going to do something or say something that's going to set you off emotionally. And I'm getting also like a very big vibe here of like either competition, like, so like you might be competing with somebody in like the workplace, or it could be just other people around you in general. It could be friends, it could be family. General reading, apply it how you will. But I do feel like all of a sudden it's like you go from this like zombie-like mode, and then literally you're going to go from zombie and then you're going to turn into vampire yourself. I feel like that's for some of you. And I'm getting almost like a spicy energy here. You're just going to come out and all of a sudden start taking charge and getting shit back on track. I'm seeing somebody also getting like buying like vitamins and minerals. Some of you may be having some type of vitamin deficiency. That's going to be different for everyone too, especially depending on which vitamin it is that your body's lacking. But I do feel like you're going to be getting on, like somebody's going to like working out and buffing up and getting back on vitamins and getting physically in shape again. I see manipulation and control is going to be an overall thing here though, because either you're using manipulation to your advantage or someone is doing that to you. And I'm also seeing here, especially with this Knight of Swords, I feel like you're going to end up coming out and taking charge, and you're just going to like go to war with somebody. Like somebody's going to piss you off, or you're going to have something and you're going to snap on somebody. I feel like somebody's about to get their ass chewed out by y'all. Could be the other way around too though. And for some of you, this could be going towards a Capricorn. I feel like overall, your advice though for the month of May is not to get too caught up in like the material things, because I really see material stuff like, oh, I'm not successful enough, I don't have enough money, I don't have a big enough house, I don't have like the best car, I don't have this. Like I feel like there's a lot of energy you're putting onto focusing on physical things, where you need to be more controlled with your emotions, because there we go with this vampire having the emotional intelligence. You need to have a better control on your emotions and working through those, and realize that you're a spiritual person deep within inside, and re-spark that energy back up. And those that are having psychic attacks, I mean, you need to go sit in some salt baths, or, you know, get some sage out, get some crystals. Either way, protect yourself, heal yourself from that. There may be a decision that's also important that y'all are going to have to make this month too. There could be more than one decision, actually. Some of you also may be starting your own business. I'm also seeing somebody here that's working on something like a handmade something and wanting to sell it. I'm seeing some of you that might have failed a class for those that are in school. I'm seeing a struggle around school here. I'm also seeing issues that have to do with parents. And there could be a lot of disagreements and stuff with that as well. And try not to get too much into your own ego. So it's like I see you having all this like inside emotional stuff, and then you finally come out and it's like you know, it's almost like you go stir crazy with your emotions, and you finally come out of it and you snap out of it, and you're more take charge and trying to get your life back on track. Try not to go too hard with that though. Because I feel like you're just going to kind of like, I mean, if you look at this Knight of Swords right here, like he is literally running people over. Like he is just flying right through and just doesn't give a shit who's in his way. And I feel like that energy is going to come. But with the Devil here, I would be very careful of that energy. And don't let it fool you. Don't think that power, like don't let it overtake over you, and don't let it fool you. Because that's some stuff that could come back to bite you in the ass. I'm also seeing that some of you may be taking or planning a trip or taking a trip. I'm also seeing somebody here that might be trying to get into art school or graduating from art school or struggling with graduating from art school. Like I said, general reading, many different ways. And I feel like overall though, like it's just somebody here I feel like has lost their way in life. Like somebody feels like they've lost their way in life. And the message that I'm getting from Spirit is you're the one who's in control of your life, in control of where you want to go in your destiny. So this is the time, this month is when you need to start and take control and start figuring out where it is you want to be and what you want to do. And for those who are feeling down about themselves and feeling like they either can't get a job or they're not being as well recognized in their job, that look at where you were and what you've accomplished and how hard it was to do that, because you're capable of so much more. There's so much you have, there's so much wisdom within you and so much you've learned, and your skills are valuable, and those you can apply them anywhere. And just because one thing shuts you down or turns you down doesn't mean, that might just be the universe saying this wasn't for you. But don't give up and keep going, because you've got stuff coming for you and that's out there. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, Aquarius. I hope you all have a good month. Bye.